Hey man, say man, it's your boy Mr. Spencer back at it again with another what? Math video. That is correct. So ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to show you how to use the fraction bar models to add mixed numbers and also fractions. So taking a look at my screen or the screen in front of you, you see 1 and 2/3. When you have a whole number and a fraction next to each other like that, you say the whole number and the fraction. So we see 1 and 2/3. And on the right-hand side in blue, we see 3/4. So what we want to do, we want to add these bad boys together. So if you take a look, 2/3 and 3/4 both have different denominators. The number on the bottom are our denominators. So what we have to do, we have to find the LCM of the fractions. You guys already know that. We have to find the LCM. And we do that by listing each multiple of 3 to see the smallest one that they both have in common. So I'm going to start listing them out by counting by 3. So I got 3, 6, 9, 12. I told you I'm a pro at this stylus thing. And 15. It's good to list at least 4 or 5 multiples for each number. And if you don't find your LCM, you got to just list a couple more. So I'm going to start by listing the multiples of 4. And I'm going to stop once I find the multiple that 3 and 4 both have in common. So I'm going to say 4, 8. That 8 is falling over. It needs some milk. And 12. Oh, that 2 could definitely use some milk. All right, so we got 4, 8, and 12. I'm going to stop because I do see a number that 4 and 3 both have in common. Does anybody see the number that I see? What number do they both have in common? If you said 12, you're like, duh, Mr. Spencer, 12. We know that the least common multiple is 12, so I'm going to circle that on my screen. So now that I know that my least common multiple is 12 for the both of these guys, I'm going to erase this to give me a little bit more room to write out here in this workspace. But just keep in mind that the least common multiple or the least common denominator, whichever way you please to identify it as, it's the same thing, is 12. So now I know I have to rewrite my fractions with the denominator of 12. I'm going to rewrite my fraction over here with the denominator. Those lines, man. I thought I was good at this. So I'm going to rewrite the denominator with I'm going to rewrite the denominator as 12. So now I want to know is what did I do to the 2/3 to get some number over 12? So 2 over 3 times what over what gives me 12. And what I mean by that is the denominator of 3 and 4 times what gives me 12. 3 times 4 gives me 12. So 2 times 4 is going to give me 8. So I'm going to write my 8 as my numerator for my new fraction, my new equivalent fraction. Then I'm going to bring down that 1. That 1 comes right down here. I got 1 and 8/12 now. So I have 3/4 over here. Remember, I want to make the denominator 12. So what did I multiply that denominator from the original fraction by to get 12? Well, if on the left-hand side 3 times 4 is 12, then 4 times 3 is also going to be 12, if you see that at the bottom. So that means that I have to multiply the numerator. Whatever I do at the bottom, I have to do at the top. 3 times 3 gives me 9. So now I have 1 and 8/12 plus 9/12. And we know that once we have the same denominators or like denominators, we can now just naturally add our numerators together. So I have 1 and 8/12 plus 9/12. That is going to give me what new fraction? That is our question for today. What is the new fraction going to be? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this helped. Remember that we can use visual models to help us add fractions and also now mix numbers together. All right, follow the instructions on the next slide, and I look forward to making another math video for you. Take care.